Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you love my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Just wanted to do a updated collection video of my strikers. These are the ones I forged myself, and I just wanted to show them off. I'm pretty proud of what I've achieved, actually. These are all the ones I've done that I've kept myself. I've forged a fair few more than these that I've given away, or not given away. Some although I've said I'll never sell them, I have sold a couple, and given away a few more. So yeah, as far as the selling goes, I do sell a couple, but to tell you the truth, I'm not doing that much anymore because the pressure's too much. I don't like it. But anyway, I won't go into that. But anyway, this is what I've achieved in my forging. These are the ones I did. That was the first one that I made. Anyone who's been following my channel for a while has probably seen most of these. I do feature a lot of them on my channel. I tend to use these in my demonstrations. I like to use my own work in my demonstrations, just because of, I suppose, pride in your own work. That's the main reason. That was one of the first ones I ever did. Jack showed me how to forge, and this is how it sparks. So that was edge quenched, worked really well. The tail was a lot longer, but it snapped off, which happens, but we ended up curling it out. I worked out that I like single curl colonial style, so yeah, that turned out there. I really don't know how we sort of started getting into different styles then. This is the mouse, one of my later ones. It had a double curl, but yeah, one of the curls snapped. Again, made from a Wiltshire file, I think that one was. Yeah, Wiltshire, Australia, flat bastard file, really well. I love that. Again, anyone who's been watching my channel knows I favour Wiltshire files. Big double curls. These are really good for would be good for home strikers. Spark really well. Still hadn't worked out how to get the curls right. I'd probably give this another go now. I can get the curls a lot thinner. They'd work out a lot better. I think I could get it a lot better. But yeah, I don't mind them. But yeah, my work's progressed a lot better. This is how I do my double curls now. They're a lot better. Just work out a lot better for you. That's a lot better work as far as I'm concerned. One of the first that this was one of my favourite strikers until I snapped everything. One of the curls broke off, but yeah, it's a beautiful little striker. It sparks so well, even on a blunt edge. This was one of my demo strikers. I used to use it a lot in my demonstrations because the curl was perfect. It just worked out so well. Had another little detail work there, snapped off. Still a beautiful little striker, but yeah, it snapped. So I sort of lost a bit of excitement for it. These are That's a pattern my old man came up with. That's made out of 1075. I really like this pattern. It's really nice, easy pattern to make. Just knock it out, drill some holes in it with the angular cutter. Yeah, just a fantastic pattern. Works so well. Just a spark on either side, doesn't matter. Nice, simple pattern. Very effective pattern. It's probably one of my favourite patterns as far as strikers go. It's such a good pattern because it fits in tins. It's just great. Ridiculously thick one. That's made out of the 9.5 W2. As thick as that is, I still like it. It's got some substantial weight to it. It's probably too heavy to use, but yeah, the W2 just is just such a good steel for strikers. I love it. It's really nice. Even though it is thick, like 9.5 mils thick, it just a fantastic striker. That got me onto this. This is talking about W2. That's the colonials I did out of the W2. Really like this one. To tell you the truth, I have to say I favour files. I actually prefer files rather than out of the normal, out of the bar stock. Then I prefer making them out of files. They with the file teeth on them and everything, it's just better, in my opinion. I don't know. I will keep buying bar stock, but yeah, I've got that many files now. I've got about 40 or 50 of them. I keep buying them. So while ever I can buy files, I'll keep making files, strikers. These are some really nice little ones. That's a dog tag one. I really like that pattern. It's a good little pattern. A bit small for my fingers, but you can yeah, really nice pattern. That's easy to do. You just normalise and then punch the hole. Some of the smallest ones I make turned out really well. Wheelchair file. I love that. Love that little striker. Sparks really well. Titanium. Just a bent U. Gets the sparks going. If you get onto a sharp edge. These are more of a novelty. You can get them going all right. I don't know, the titaniums, I can get them spark all right, but I think they're more of a novelty than anything else. I've got a couple of them, but that's the one I made. You burn out your edges too quick on them. That comes up to here. These are my favourite pattern and perfected strikers. I pretty much got the pattern down. That's my large colonial. Everyone's seen that on the channel. Medium colonial and small colonial. I love that pattern. Easy to make. Works really well. Fits really well in the grip. This one sparks. It's among my best sparkers. Wheelchair file. Got the curl really well, really nice. Retained the wheelchair file. Got the O mark right. Got the curve really nice. Rolled the top of it really well. Annealed it all. Got the blue colours in it. Everything about it just turned out really well. It's probably one of my favourite strikers. It's indicative of my work. It's probably it'd be, if I had to say what, if I had to pick one, that'd be the one I'd pick out of it all, as far as which striker I'd keep as indicative of my work. Although this one here, this is a curly, fancy curly. It's a little bit wobblier, like this plane here. The striker, the curls a little bit bent, but yeah, it sparks so well. Just fires the sparks off. It couldn't retain the Wiltshire file. Got the O really nice. The tail looks really good. The curls and that. Yeah, just a beautiful striker. But again, shows my skills starting to get a little bit better. I can start to get the curls exactly where I want it. Again, these are just showing that my skill level's starting to get a bit better, and variations on the pattern. The curls are all really well. I've got it so that I can lock my little finger down in there, and you can grip on there. These boards are a good idea too. If you want to display your strikers, it works out really well. This is an offcut from the W2 because it's 38 mils wide. So most of the strikers are 25 mils wide. So we cut a little bit off and then make a B-type or a bow tie. And then I just annealed the tines on them so that they don't snap off. But yeah, really nice. They turn out really well. Nice big. This was an experiment. I was actually going to send this over to Craig, Georgia Fishing and Trapping, but yeah, it just turned out too big. Bit of a experiment. Onto my. These don't fit on the board. These are all my antler builds. 2 unquenched. These are just straight files. 2 quenched. That one's got my O on it. This is my favourite out of all 3. All 4 of them. This one's really nice. Quenched one. Sparks really well. This one's really good too. This rock's starting to get pretty banged up. I'm gonna have to nap all the edges. Sparks really well, this one. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice one. Although, yeah, I love that just the colour of the antler. My rasp, I quenched it. It's a nice striker. It's a bit solid, pretty thick. It sparks really well. And then the last couple, my snake, just an experiment. Gonna make another one. Turned out really well. I like it. Starting to experiment with different shapes, styles. Striker knife. Really happy with the way that turned out. Feels really good in the hand. I'm gonna have to get it sharpened, but yeah, it's not sharp yet, but you can actually use it safely without fear of getting on the edge. Sparks really well, oil quenched. Yeah, you can actually hold it without fear of going onto the edge. which is really good. That's probably the way you use it. Probably a bit big for, it was supposed to be a patch knife, but yeah, way too big for a patch knife. Last but not least, the last one I'll show, Viking sled. Trying out Jack's milling machine. Excellent. I love this striker. It's starting. It's had a fair bash in that edge. Use it on either edge. And that's indicative of my work now these days. Yeah, pretty happy with it. I love forging. Yeah, it's opened a door I never knew needed opening, but I'm glad I've got to it now. Yeah, and I'm just so thankful for Jack letting me go over there and forge, and yeah, just the friendship and that he's shown me. He's such a great bloke to have allowed me to do this. My ember tongs. Lawson did them, so yeah, I actually didn't forge those ones, but yeah, they make them up. So yeah, anyway, that's a collection video. There are actually a couple more that I've got in kits that I didn't bring out. Because I actually when I picked that up, it reminded me I've got a couple of strikers that I've got in kits. But anyway, I actually haven't counted. I've got about 30. I think I've got about 30 that I've kept for myself in my collection. As far as that goes, forging is probably the best way if you want to collect strikers. Yeah, get into forging, because that way you can do it, make them yourself, and you can do any style you want, and eventually you'll get to the point where you'll be able to do them yourself. Dominic Minichetti is a perfect example of, he's producing strikers that look like he's been making them for years. So yeah, definitely my work's not up to that sort of standard yet, but yeah, I'll eventually get there. I know that. Yeah, I'll just keep working on it. But anyway, that's my strikers that I forged, and yeah, I've really, I think I've come a fair way actually. I can see to myself, you know, down from the lower ones up to that, and I know I can produce a striker that sparks really well. Just every one of them does. Sparks as good as any of that I bought. So yeah, that's at least I can get to a point now where they look okay and they spark well. So that I suppose is the key to it. So anyway, thanks for watching.